closed. Well, Irene Tenali is an Italian member of the European Parliament who represents the Lombardy region. She's in quarantine in Milan, but joins us live on the programme, and we're very grateful for your time. What does it feel like to be in lockdown in your country? Who in your family, for example, is there with you at home?
Everybody, because we are all locked at home. So my husband, who is a professor at the university has been closed, is at home. My son goes to primary school. The primary school is closed, so he's at home too. So we are all at home and trying to work anyway. I'm working a lot from remote, and that's what we can do.
And how long do the authorities anticipate those restrictions staying in place?
Well, the schools, for example, it seems they will be closed until the 3rd of April. That's the latest information. But of course, we have to be ready for last-minute adjustments. So we have to follow and monitor very closely how the virus is spreading, how the phenomenon is going on. We have to be ready to every change.
How important do you think it is that there is a uniform approach, not just with what they've decided to do in Italy, but other European countries?
I think that would be fundamental and crucial, and that's the thing that I'm worried most about right now. There are countries in Europe that are not adopting the same measures. There are lots of asymmetries in the way the emergency is handled, but we have to be very careful. The virus is spreading very, very fast. We need all of us to take coordinated, strict measures. The sooner we contain the virus, the sooner we can go back to normal life.
And yet we're not seeing that. If you take the UK, for example, we had that news conference yesterday. We're still in the containment phase. We have similar numbers that Italy had a few weeks ago. Would it be prudent, do you think, that the UK should be starting to do some of the measures that now have been implemented in Italy so we don't get to those sorts of numbers? Or does it work in a different way?
I think it would be wise to learn from what other countries are experiencing or have already experienced. This is a very, fast virus. It has an exponential growth. So at the very beginning, it doesn't grow very fast, and then it starts very, very rapidly. So the sooner the better. This is not an Italian problem. This is a global problem. It follows the same pattern in all the countries. We've followed the same pattern that China went through last month or 2 months ago. So I really urge all the European countries to coordinate measures to contain the virus.
A final thought, because absolutely critical to those sorts of measures you see in Italy working is that people abide by them. How important is it then that the government has been talking about and introduced things like tax breaks, things like mortgage holidays to actually help businesses and individuals?
This is fundamental. Of course, the economy is hardly hit, especially certain sectors in certain areas. It's a liquidity problem, so it's not a structural problem so far. If we manage to keep the virus and the emergency short enough, it will be temporary. But in this meantime, we need to act very fast to support the liquidity of small firms and families. We need to support them to allow to overcome this temporary moment. But we need to do it fast, and that's what we are doing.
Irene, we have to leave it there, but thank you so much for your time there in Milan. Thank you so much.
Thank you.